I live! Salvete omnes, this is I'm Emilia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and welcome back to another episode of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. And my gosh, it's been a while. In the last episode, we got to see what Cranky Kong can do, which is actually quite a decent bit. And it lends some credence to the fan theory that Cranky Kong in the modern games is actually Donkey Kong from the Super Nintendo trilogy. Because for all that 16-bit Cranky complains about how much better things were back in his day when he was young and healthy, he didn't do jack in his original game. Stand in one place, pick up barrel, throw barrel. Wow, much work, such important role that totally couldn't have been done by a literal hole in the wall with a sprite spawner attached. See, Cranky, this is why nobody listens to your generation. Anyway, mocking the elderly aside, we also got to experience this game's take on the famous minecart levels. And we could go right to the boss now, but we can see two level icons here that we haven't completed yet. So let's go ahead and do those. These are the secret-ish levels of World 1. I say secret-ish because they're not really secret. They have letters instead of numbers, like this is 1A, for instance. So a lot like the lettered levels in some of the new Super Mario Bros. Games, I suppose. Or alternatively, like the stages with secret in the name in Super Mario World. Like, a lot of the time you know they're there, but you can only get to them through secret exits. Which is indeed the case in this game as well. Yeah, I don't think stage numbering goes to A unless you're counting in hexadecimal, and even then you'd have to go through 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 first. But anyway, we actually have a level that takes place at night, and that is actually quite a pretty background. I'm kind of disappointed we don't get to see more of it, because we'll be spending a fair amount of this level inside. Not all of it, but anyway, pull this up to gain access to the temple, and banana spirits everywhere. You fool! You've unleashed the bananas! There are actually quite a lot of those in this stage. And some grasshoppers. Speaking of bananas, there are a lot of banana statues in here. Instead of Zipline's shrine, maybe this should have been Banana Shrine or something. DK barrel that forced us to take Dixie, but you know, I'm okay with that because I would have taken her anyway, because Dixie's just so much better than the other partners. And here's a banana spirit for us. A couple of birds. And some bananas. Regular old ones, not the animated kind. So here is one of the eponymous zip lines of Zipline Shrine. Jump onto it and hold your grab button and you get to slide down it. But we need to backtrack a bit. And not for these bananas. That's another thing there's a lot of in this stage, is these kind of banana bonus things. Come through here and we can get ourselves the first of 5 puzzle pieces. So there's another banana spirit and more zip lines. It's worth noting that if you need to drop from one early, you can let go of your grab button, which should be Y or X. It's Y or X for me, i.e. Y, because I've never ever used the X and A arrangement if I can use Y and B. And I got some coins coming out of pits here. Hey, at least they're not enemies coming out of pits, which is what would happen in Mega Man. Get ourselves a banana coin and some bouncy platforms. I want to say oh hey, there's a 1-up. And grasshopper guarding the second. Well, this will be the second puzzle piece, but it's another banana bonus, and that seems like an oddly easy puzzle piece to get. I guess it's kind of camouflaged by the grasshopper being on top of it, but not really. There's our first checkpoint in any case. Yes, Pig, I know that you can hold Y or X to get on the vine. And yet another banana spirit. Actually, completely forgot I was saying before I got interrupted by the 1-up in the checkpoint, so you'll just have to imagine that my sentence was actually finished. Seems like I second-guessed myself on the jump with that dragonfly enemy a lot. Here's another banana bonus for us. Just a coin for that one, though. But I can't complain. Whee! Ow. Didn't let go quite soon enough. Whee! GameCube! Switch! Also, more often than not, I actually miss that jump up to that platform and have to bounce off the bird. and occasionally respawn the bird, because it's not that reliable getting up there that way, I guess, but more so than the other way. I'm surprised I made it that time. Anyway, bonus room. I mean, it's a bonus room. The bonus rooms in this game are not original. I mean, just pretend that I'm saying something actually clever and witty instead of complaining about the bonus rooms again. But hey, at least that was one of the better types, because it was quicker to do. Boing, boing, boing. That has to hurt. Guess it can't be worse than some of the other stuff that 2D platforming heroes face. I've also had quite a cough this month. I got sick over a month ago, and I've still been coughing my lungs out. It's annoying. I hope that... well, those weren't tied to anything. Now the banana statues have mustaches. And we need to flip their mustache over to get to the other barrel. Big vine swing and some nice foliage. And careful aim gets us the 4th puzzle piece. And there's another checkpoint for us. By the way, it's worth noting that there is actually a Switch port of this game. And they added Funky Kong as a playable character. But from what I've seen of how he plays, it seems to be kind of easy mode, which is fine. He has a different style. I want that banana. Thank you. I don't plan on getting that version, though. For one thing, I don't have a Switch, and for another thing, I already have this game, as you can see from the fact that I'm playing it right now. For shooting onto this platform, you'll want to wait until it's over to the left. It looks like you might have enough distance to make it when it's on the right side, but I've tried it, and no, you don't. You just fall in the pit. You can get that G without Dixie, but of course it's easier with her. Plenty of zip lines, and you can actually drop through 2 there. And finally, we want to pull this thing up, because another easy puzzle piece. Again, seems like an odd decision, but okay. Well, we got all the puzzle pieces, so we don't have to worry too much about these last 2 banana spirits, but they give you money and stuff. And I could have sworn I had 1 more banana to get on that one, but oh well. Just keep bouncing up, and there's the level goal. Hey, you got 15. I forget how many lives I have. I don't think it was 99. I wouldn't be surprised if I'd had to redo this so many times that I might have done some testing and my life count and bananas and stuff are different from the previous episode. I don't know. Like, it wasn't just a microphone issue. I've had some recording issues, and well, you know, I'll talk about the details of that in the description, I guess, but this has to be at least the 8th take I've done of these 2 stages. So yeah, let's hope this records right, and we're moving on to... that's the wrong button. Like it's my fault they chose A as the default button instead of B for everything. Anyway, 1B busted Bayou. You'd think I'd be used to it now, but nope. And it's a silhouette stage, because yes, they are indeed in this game too, as you can see, and go to the left here and we can get ourselves a puzzle piece. This time we have 9 of them to collect. Also, I'm pretty sure that background has a lot more detail to it than the silhouette stages in Returns did. We have a 3 barrel for all the partners. We'll go ahead and go with Diddy this time. I mean, Dixie's still better, but I really haven't given Diddy much screen time, so I figure why not? Can't think of anything in this level that's really necessary to have Dixie for. And yes, some of those bushes are actually enemies, so be careful. Roll in here, and we can get the 2nd puzzle piece. Yeah, for having 9 puzzle pieces, they really aren't that difficult to get in this one. Except for one in particular that's really jerkish. And, well, I'll tell you about that one when we get to it. Believe me, you'll know. The others, though, they're pretty okay. can climb up here. With this pathway hidden behind the trees, we can get our third puzzle piece. Death from above. I guess that's kind of how most 2D platformer protagonists perform anyway. That's kind of a trap in there. As you saw, there's an enemy in there, and I guess you can wait for it to leave, but if you know that the enemy's there anyway... I think is that the first time I've ever actually missed out on one of those? I'm pretty sure that wasn't a puzzle piece, so it's not that important, but... Okay, so we have 74 lives. I keep expecting these bushes to come alive. There we go! Climb up here for the O. Oh. Not exactly what I meant to do, but oh well. And that gives us a banana spirit. Hello, bush. Beware of the bushes, they're evil. And I don't mean the former president. I think the current one's way more evil than that. 4 puzzle pieces, and with the power of, I don't know, gorilla muscle strength or something, we can pull away huge parts of the background, and I almost, yeah, good thing that vine was there. So, we're coming up on the 5th puzzle piece, and that is the really jerkish one I mentioned. As we go down this vine, we'll see these leaves here, and if we line them up just right, they'll make a star shape. If we do that, we get a really bright glare, and then we have these 2 concentric circles of bananas. If we get all of these bananas, hitboxes, if we get all of those bananas, then the brightness will go back to normal, and there's our puzzle piece. I never found that on my own. The only reason I have any idea that that's there is from watching somebody else's LP. That's not the kind of thing I generally think to look for in Donkey Kong Country games, so yeah, that's kind of mean. But we got it now. We've gotten it now, we have it now, whatever. The next puzzle piece is easy enough. Just walk to the left here and don't fall off the platforms. And here's another checkpoint for us. Hello, Dixie. Whoop. Didn't need to double jump there. Let's pull that up and pull this. Actually, you don't even need that platform to the right if you have Dixie, but that's kind of how you're supposed to get up there. Oh, I saw your tricks. I knew what was coming. Okay, note to self, don't get too overzealous with the enemy sequential jumps. That was silly. But, you know, there's a 1-up right next to the checkpoint, so all it lost us was time. Don't need to get this again, of course. What's up with my throat? Oh, whoop. So, pull this up and thwack. Thwacked both of them, actually. That's kind of silly. There's the end, and another buddy barrel so soon after the last one. I mean, I guess not everyone would have spotted the breakable floor, but we can pull this up and roll down here. There's puzzle piece number 8. I've forgotten. Well, I guess number 7 would have been the one that we can partially skip with Dixie. Pull this up, and suddenly we're in a tree. Okay, so this is probably one of the more challenging ones to get in this game. You definitely want to go from top to bottom, and you don't have a whole lot of time. Can't say for sure if Dixie really helps that much here, but she doesn't hurt. Oh hey, it's that sine wave shaped pattern of bananas that I always get the timing wrong on. And apparently our level goal is in a part of something hanging from a tree. What is this? Tippy Shippy from Returns? That's not gonna give me enough time. Pull it. What? Too early. Tried to use Dixie to give myself a little extra time there, but oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's 1B done, and that's 2 levels, so I'd say we've done enough for one episode. We didn't gain anything new from completing either of those because... Oh, we did get this. Now that we've found all the Kong letters in the world, we have that up there. You can probably guess what that is if you saw my LP of returns, but we are going to worry about that next time. 1B just leads to 1-4, 1A just leads to 1-3, and we only have 2 stages in World 1 left to go. So, like I said, we'll worry about those next time, and I will see you then.